This is the truth of what real people do if they really love you. It's gentle, kind message. I know there's a lot of fragile people out there that have been living in terrible situations where you're being downgraded because of someone's insecurity or their unhealed trauma, whether it be a man or woman or family. You do not have to put up with it. You do not have to be bullied, shamed, and blamed because someone else chooses to be a victim. And you are. I am a victor, and I'm not going to live in the past, but I learned something from everything. And if I had to go through it all again, to hell and back, and know all the demons' names, I'd do it again. I wouldn't change a thing. And I learned so much from Ozzy. You know, he was bullied for the gift he was born with. He was misunderstood as stupid. He was punished. He was blamed for everything, and he never found comfort. He would get beat and never get a hug. That's so fucking cruel. You know, when my children were young, I taught them discipline. I told them there's a pain that comes with when you disobey. So obey mommy. And if you don't, then I took him in private, and I had a wooden spoon, just like this. See how simple that is? And I carried it in my blue jeans pocket because I was a single mother to 2 sons. I worked 7 days a week, 3 jobs 7 days a week, 3 jobs every day. I would start early in the morning, and then I take my children to school, and then I drive all the way back to the town of Sheridan, pick them up, and then my babies would get in the car. They had no heat. I put blankets in there and food and snacks. And I told everybody I worked for that my kids were going to go to work with me. They were obedient. I trained them to be still. I trained them to, one time I tell them. And then I don't shame them, slap them in the head. I just want to slap a parent when I see them slap their kid in the head. How dare you hit their brain? Is that why you're so stupid, because somebody hit your brain too many times? That is not how you discipline a child. And you don't hit them in the face either. You take your hands to bless. That's what the hands are for. You never take your... My mom, one time, she said she thought she was hurting me. It was the stupidest kind of discipline I'd ever seen. She took her hand and she said... She kept slapping and slapping and slapping the ass. And then she said, well, I guess I should then. I whipped him so hard till I hurt my hand. I said, that was pretty retarded. You hurt yourself by trying to discipline your kid. Wake up. I know she didn't have the knowledge at the time, and she's a beautiful woman in heaven right now. And she wants me to tell this story so others don't have to endure it. My dad gave me permission. My mother-in-law gave me permission. This story is to be told. Why wait till someone dies and then someone else takes their life because nobody stepped in to tell their story and be real and transparent? So people know that I've had several surgeries. I've been in many car wrecks. And I've been hungry in my life. Some people have never been hungry. They're so fat and they can't even share a little piece of food. That is so sickening. It's so fucking sickening and selfish. Starvation mode makes people aggressive. So, you starve a person when you said you'd feed them, you get to see what happens. I was prepared, armed and guarded, already knowing that I didn't want company. It wasn't good timing, but I said, yes, Lord, just tell me how to handle it. My family... there was 12, now they're down to 11. I'm the 5th child. We lived in a 3-bedroom house. I used the washboard and a wringer washer to wash clothes. I used the scrub board. We lived in, 3-bedroom. Dad was gutting it, so we had 1 bathroom, and that got guts, so I used to poop and pee in the woods. My punishment was taking a machete to go out and slay briars, the briar patch. That's a hell of a punishment. That wasn't all. I got beat with anything that was available. Go find a switch. That's fucking retarded. Like, you're going to go find a green switch on purpose? No. Because that stripes you. Well, Jesus was striped too, so, you know. But the very person, my dad, he never sexually abused me, which was so beautiful. He did physically because he had 12 children. And he lost his job in Louisiana. We lived out of the garden. We didn't bitch about what we ate like so many people. Is it cold? Is it hot? Oh my God, I want to slap them. They need to eat jail food and hospital food. They need to eat rice for a week, or they need to fast. Their fat ass when they're greedy. I'm not calling everybody fat. I think it's good to be, no matter what size you are. But if you don't want to help somebody else when they're hungry and it's all about you, You got a spirit of greed on you. You got a spirit of control, thinking you're going to pull me into your plans when you didn't even ask. That's rude. And then you go ahead and betray me by, I know the stress of my sons. I feel it as a mother. I know it. And when they get pulled into something by a relative and they think it's okay, Mom, it's okay. No, it ain't okay. But Mom, nothing. James, get in the car. You're going to come back here because a family member pulls you into a circle of confusion because they're fucking glued to their phone. That cell phone was like here. I could tell it was killing all their brain cells. How dare someone tell me to drive them to a hotel and use their GPS, and they decide to get on the phone saying it's a business call, and I am on 465 not knowing anything, hearing two voices. And so she goes, shh, I'm on a business call. And I said, fuck the business call. I want the address of where I'm going. And I hope the customer heard it because they need to know what kind of person they're dealing with. It's time these people change. You know, they're bleeding all over people and saying everybody else it's their fault. Really? 5 marriages for some people, and it was all them. Really? Okay. That's a good one. And then calling everybody a liar. Okay, then you're a liar. Because whatever you call me, oh, I got called some good names. Bitch, selfish, evil, greedy bitch. You don't even deserve a good man. Oh, yeah, well, you're just jealous. So, eat your heart out and go live in your own shit. But don't bring it here. You got to deal with people or they're going to betray you. They're going to kill you quicker than you should have been dead. They're going to take your strength and energy that you need to have to keep your own house together and in order. You don't want to fall into the trap of a fool. So learn from it, okay? God bless you all, and I'm going to keep this up.